Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about, in this video, I'm going to talk about the Sandblaster. I got this Sandblaster from Cummins Tool Sale probably a good over 10 years ago. And it's been I didn't pay that much money for it. I believe I paid about $200 for it, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to do some maintenance on it. I'm going to switch this hose out. I got me some new hose here. This new rubber hose, they call it braided vinyl tubing. I got this at Tractor Supply. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace this hose. It's on this gun here. It really has never been that long. It needed to be a lot longer, but this is the tube that it came with. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to be replacing it today. Got my Craftsman flathead screwdriver. Going to be taking these clamps off and putting this new hose on. And I'm going to show you a little bit inside and out of this Sandblaster. So that way, if you decide to buy one, you'll sort of know what to look for, and I'll show you what I did to improve this to perform a lot better. So when I come back, we're going to be replacing the hose with this 3/8 braided vinyl tubing. So stick with me and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. I had to get me a cup of coffee, and so I'm ready to go. Go ahead and loosen this clamp. And I'm going to go ahead and, it's got a top clamp on it also. Go ahead and loosen that. This is going to be a little job trying to get off, I bet, because it's been on for so long. Like I said, I've had this unit for a good 10 years. So that one might not be that bad getting off there. That's the feeder tube. Okay. Better watch out where I slapped myself. Okay, this trigger here, you just simply, when you got the air compressor hooked up to it, you got the air on, you just pull this trigger. These nozzles here, this is a ceramic tip, which you can change these out. Just simply loosen that. And I've got several different sizes of these nozzles. These right here are ceramic. These are made out of ceramic. So let me go ahead and put this back in here, because that's the size. I don't know if it has a size right on there or not. That size, let's see. And there's what it looks like inside of the gun. Right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and twist this back on. Okay guys, what I did is I'm going to go ahead and replace this bottom hose. It looks a lot smaller than the one on here, but this hose will not go on that tip. So I'm going to have to get a bigger size hose, but this hose is for the where the air enters into the gun. This fit just like that. So let's see. This hose that I'm replacing here is going to go on the bottom of this, because this, like I said, it's 10 years old. It's brittle, it's hard, it's just hard to aggravate and move around. And this one right here needed to be longer also. So this is a brand new hose. I'm just going to go ahead and hook this hose up. Even though I did get it on there, there's no way it's going to go on this end of the gun. There's no way. So I'm about to get a little bigger hose to put on here. But luckily this hose did fit for the air. Okay, fit right on there. And move it up just a little bit. Go ahead and tighten that on there. And I should have this ready to work tomorrow, and I'll show you the rest of the machine, of the cabinet, and show you just how to work one if you've never had worked a Sandblaster. I'll show you what to do and what I did to improve this one. So now I'm going to cut the bottom hose. Goes down to here, way too short. I mean, just way too short. I'm going to cut a good, let's see, I'm going to cut it almost about double the size that it was. It was just, it's always been too short. It's always been aggravating. It's one of those deals where you just don't take time to do something like this. And every time you mess with it, you're just wishing that you had got a longer hose. Of course, that was the hose that came with it. Oh yeah, that's going to be a lot better. Yeah, I've just about doubled the size of that. That's going to work out great. And as you can see, this hose, they get hard, brittle. It was leaking. In fact, the air was leaking in here somewhere. Somewhere around in here it was leaking at, but yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay guys, I am back from Tractor Supply. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I got up there about 8:30 in the morning. Half-inch inside diameter. It's got a half-inch of this braided tubing, and this tubing will fit right over this, and then I'll hook it to this pickup tube right here that's in the back. Hook it up. I don't know why I have put up with this for years, using those two small hoses. I guess we do that in life sometimes, you know, instead of taking the time out to go get the right stuff. But I needed to do that anyway. It was real old, dried up, brittle. So I got these new hoses. It's going to make it so much easier now to do any kind of sandblasting job I need. This particular media that I have in this sandblasting cabinet is glass beads, and you can put different type of media in there, but this happens to be glass beads, and I bought this from Eastwood Company, the Eastwood Company. And so I'm going to go ahead and hook this up, and we are going to sandblast these nuts, these wheel lugs that came off the utility trailer that I'm fixing up. These come in real handy, this little gadget here. I don't know what you call it. I think I bought this for a couple of bucks at one of those dollar stores. And you just put them in there like this, and it just makes it so much easier. You hold it this way and just blast them. Turn it around, just keep turning it around. You can blast them, and we'll take them out of there and paint them. So let me hook this hose up, and I'll show you. We'll get started on sandblasting. I had to take it back off, put some WD-40 on there. Boy, what a job getting that on there. And I do believe that's as far as she's going to go up. These hoses are pretty... That's as far as I'm going to get that hose up there, but it's down to here. I'll put that, once I cut it to length, put this clamp on there. But boy, that's another good use for this WD-40 here. Okay, let's see. I will I think I got it about where I want, the length I want. Go ahead and cut it. Okay, I got the hose hooked up. You just simply hook the hose into this nipple here. This is a 3/8 hose. Clamps right on there. I'm gonna turn the compressor on. Let that air build up. What I did, I want to show you a little bit what I did when I bought this unit. And before I put it together, I'd put silicone caulking all around these joints, and they're all around this cabinet. Anywhere that I put the metal together, it comes with a little foam, or I think it's a rubber seal, to keep the metal off the other metal. But what I also used, when I did that, I put some, before I tighten these nuts up, I put some silicone seal between there. And that way, it just makes the unit a lot more tighter, keeps the media inside there, and it's not all over the place. It's still, the media still comes out, as you will see, but it keeps the unit a lot more tighter, a lot more efficient. Okay, on the side of this sandblasting cabinet, it comes with an option. You can get the light, but you definitely need a light. And so I'm going to show you inside the cabinet. There's that light. And I need to clean that lens. So there's the light in the cabinet. I need to clean that though. That hole that you're looking at is what I got the vacuum cleaner hooked up to. You can just buy just an old cheap vacuum cleaner. And when you start sandblasting, no matter what kind of media it is, it's going to start getting, it's going to get real cloudy in there, and you're not going to be able to see what you're doing. And so that vacuum cleaner pulls that out, pulls that fine grit, that fine mist out of the cabinet so you can see what you're doing. If you didn't have that, it's going to be hell trying to sandblast something because you're not going to be able to see it. I'm going to be replacing this also. This is a piece of plastic here that you look through when you're sandblasting, and this right here, I'm going to replace that. It tapes around the side up here. The reason why you have that is if you didn't, you're going to have to replace this whole glass here, or this whole plastic piece here. And so this just simply keeps the sand or whatever media you have in the cabinet from destroying this plastic here, this view, so you can view your work when you're sandblasting. You can get these at some hardware stores, or I believe Eastwood may sell them. But I'm going to go ahead and replace that. I'm going to clean this off. As you can see, there's glass beads here. You can see that. I'm going to clean that off. I'm not going to just try to just wipe it or blow it off, and then replace it with a new one of these. So let me also show you. And these gloves right here, you can get these at Tractor Supply. These gloves came with this unit, but I think I'm going to be needing some pretty soon. The back end of this glove is starting to tear, which is no problem right now, but I need to get me some new gloves. There's the media. That's the glass beads inside of there. And let's see, there's the hookups. This hooks up to the air. And I've done showed you the gun. Let's go around here. There's the vacuum cleaner I got hooked up. It's just a cheap old vacuum cleaner. I believe I bought it from Harbor Freight. And I just ran it to the side here. Put me some tape in there. Put me some tape around there. Sort of hold it on there better. And before we start blasting, I want to show you a couple other little things. You can buy these at a Family Dollar store, places like that. It's for draining pasta, but it really does a good job when you're sandblasting smaller pieces. You just set the little cabinet right there, and those grooves just start blasting away without the parts falling off into here. You don't want the parts to fall off, and there's going to be hell getting them out. Also, here's another little basket. It's about the same thing. It's just a little bit different, shaped a little bit differently. And I just showed you this a little while ago. These come in real handy for small pieces, screws, nuts, bolts, things like that you want to restore. Use the same original pieces. These are some wheel lug nuts that came off the utility trailer that I'll be sandblasting. Let me replace this plastic piece up here on this viewfinder here, and then we're gonna get sandblasting. Right. Before we get started, I wanted to show you a couple of more things. Obviously, you're going to put your hands in here. This is what it looks like before you put that plastic in there. But when you put that plastic on there, it does distort the look a little bit, but right now you can see a real good clear view of it inside of the cabinet. So when you're working, when you're working your pieces, you can really, you've got to see what you're doing. You're going to be blasting something that you've already blasted, and you're just going to be wasting time. So the light comes in handy. You definitely need the light. You need that vacuum cleaner on the side of it to pull that fine stuff out of there, just so you can see what's going on. Okay, I just installed this clear plastic here, and as you can see, what happens a lot of times, I've had this for a while, and when you keep those for a while, the adhesive on it is not going to stick. And so I had to use some electrical tape to put it here. The bad thing about that is if it don't stick all the way around it, it's going to get between these little openings here. But it'll be better than not having it at all. Next time I go to the store or one of these places, I'll pick me up some more of these with that adhesive on it. That's like I said, I've had these for a long time, and the adhesive is just not working on it. So I put me some duct tape on it. All right, let me see. Let's see what it looks like now. As you can see, you can still see in it real good. It's just the plastic distorts it a little bit. So but we can still do this. Here's the old piece that I pulled off of there. That's the old one I pulled off. Here's what these pieces look like. You can see that it's all the rust, grit, dirt, oil, gets all of that off there. Now it will be ready for painting. And that's it. By the way, that hose, those two hoses I replaced, makes a big difference in that cabinet. Let me get to paint these. I'm going to wipe these down, wipe my grease. If I have any grease on my fingers, wipe them down. And put them on there. On to the next project.